What's up, everybody? This is Tim Sykes. I'm sorry it's been a little while since my last video lesson. I've been a little sick. I'm finally feeling better. I am trading live tomorrow with several European Trading Challenge students here in Madrid. I'm excited. But first, I want to go over some of the recent plays because there are so many good examples of stocks running. I've nailed some of them, I've missed some of them, but you guys who are students, my chat room has been on fire. I am so proud of so many students, especially when I'm sick, for you guys to nail it. It really just speaks volumes to how much you're studying and how much you're learning. So first I want to start with the best biotech penny stock. I posted this video on July 26th, so roughly 2 weeks ago, when the stock was at 75 cents a share. I was long the stock over the weekend because, as I talked about in this video, they basically specifically said what the next article was going to be. The article was titled AVXL may have just cured Alzheimer's. So you have a huge article hype. And I don't care whether they cured Alzheimer's or not. It's great if they did. I've learned over time that most penny stocks are full of crap, so they probably didn't. But I also bought the stock because I knew how hype could spread. And a lot of my doubters criticized me because the stock was already up from 55 to 75 cents. Ahead of this news, and I said, you know what, I think the hype has more to go. I compared it to chapter 6 in my best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund, how I similarly bought a company that was going to have news over the weekend, and they were going to be on TV, and I sold the stock for $100,000 plus gain. I was just a freshman in college. This time it's a little bit of a different market. The news wasn't as totally hyped up. I wasn't sure if people would see it. But I bought the stock because I have learned never to underestimate hype. And in the past 2 weeks since I bought this stock, and I sold it too soon, I sold it in the 80s. So I made a few $1,000s. But the stock has actually gone all the way up to 160. This was July 25th. This was right when I bought the stock right here on this chart. And for several days, it got up to 95 cents. So I underestimated it a little bit the next day, and then it hung out around 80 cents. And it kept going all the way to $1.50. So it was 100% plus winner. More than a few hundred of you guys have thanked me for this pick. Don't thank me. Thank the stock market for giving these opportunities again and again. And yeah, I guess I have made enough videos and DVDs showing you these patterns. So thank yourself if you put in the time and effort to watch it. I'm not timing these perfectly, okay? I made a few $1,000s. I hugely underestimated it, but I was on the right track. And that is the key to my success. I want to also give props to a few students like this guy. This is Jason Yarborough. He made $1,800 today off AQXP using techniques learned from Tim, and that's trading scared and careful. If I would have held, I could have made 35K, but I am content to make steady, predictable gains that I can duplicate over and over again. These are recognizable patterns, and anyone can learn to find them. Thanks so much, Tim. I had about 2K left in my account when I started with you, and after 2 months, I have now nearly 10K. So he has quintupled his account in 2 months, and I want to bring up AQXP because you students nailed this. I have to tell you, my top student, Tim Grattani, and I, neither of us made any money whatsoever on AQXP. Okay, Tim Grattani actually lost nearly $10,000 shorting this too early. I didn't trade it. I was sick. But the chat room nailed this. And that is what I love. My chat room is not just about some bullshit follow the leader kind of chat room. Like there are too many chat rooms who they all buy the stock of the leader of the chat room, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I did not even trade this stock. I'm filming this on a weekend. But the chat room nailed this in the low twos. You buy the breakout over the day high here at 3-ish. And, a lot of you guys, I thought that it was over at 5. I hugely missed it. I didn't trade it, but, this happens every now and then. And this is the beauty of penny stocks. They can really run from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to even 10 all in one day. And I don't know where this goes next week. It probably got a little ahead of itself, but this is the beauty of penny stocks. This is why it's unfathomable to me that people hate on penny stocks when you have this kind of profit opportunity. Congrats to Jason. I also got to give props to this student, Peter. He says, your chat room is a gold mine, paid for 2 semesters of college in 40 minutes. Your lessons are literally changing my life. I love hearing that. Here is the news on AQXP. They reported positive results from secondary endpoints on phase 2. So it's a biotech. And in this market, biotechs can run, as you saw with AVXL and now AQXP. Any stock with a small market cap, okay? This stock, yes, it's now up a ton, but it's still only a $100 million market cap. So while CNBC and Bloomberg and pretty much every respected financial media outlet ignores stocks trading under 100 million, under 50 million in market cap, they can run like a motherfucker. And that, I wrote this blog post, I'll link it under this video, is my secret formula for finding penny stocks pre-spike. This was a chart of PTBI. The chat room and I nailed this in the 3s before it spiked to the 7s on news of a new billionaire investor. The key is that this was under a $100 million company. Most companies that are traded as stocks that are under $100 million are total crap. But if you can have positive news and huge volume, look at the huge volume, okay? We bought it when no one really even noticed it, and I bought it several times. And, I was right for a little bit. I took profits of 20, 30, 50 cents a share, which is what I usually do. And this thing kept going. Look at the volume when the market opened. And this can happen. So look for small companies with good news, whether it's biotech or billionaire investors. I do want to bring up one earnings play. This is CRK I'm getting a lot of questions about. I only made a few $100s. Again, I was really, really sick I was in Milan and Ibiza, so that's going to be my excuse. But normally, you know me, I'm not a great trader or perfect trader anyways. But when I'm sick, I'm going to be an even worse trader because I'm feeling like crap. I feel obliged to tell you about these setups, but no way am I going to have enough patience to really profit. The reason why I bought CRK, I said it's an earnings winner with 14 million shorts breaking out to new day highs. This could be a runner. I'd love to see it retest past yesterday's highs of 150-ish. And I sold too soon because, frankly, it just didn't do anything for too long. But here is the news, and here's why I bring it up. Because this is a company that reported earnings. I'm not guessing on the earnings. The news is already out. And the stock has already spiked from basically $1 to $1.50. And I'm buying it in this mess. I was buying it in this consolidation in the 130s. And I'm thinking that it has more room to run and it's going to retest the 150 level right here. And I was buying it right in here. I held it for nearly an hour, which, when you have a fever, an hour is a long time. And it just wasn't breaking out. I was like, it was worth a shot. I went to go take a nap, and sure enough, the thing breaks out. Once it breaks the day high here at 150, it goes pretty much straight to 2. That is fantastic. That is called a short squeeze. And the way that you can spot this, if you go to Yahoo Finance, a lot of people are asking me, you just type in the ticker, CRK. Anytime a stock spikes, I want you to do this. Look at the news. The news is, look, their loss narrower than expected. They have a loss. A lot of people are confused. Tim, how is it an earnings winner if they have losses? Well, again, because CNBC and all this media crap that you have learned from, they've taught you the wrong shit. Losses don't matter. Revenues don't matter. If you look at companies like Instagram, they had no revenues and they had massive losses when they got bought out. It matters about growth and perception and expectations. And for whatever the reason, this company had a loss, but the expectations were that they were already going to have losses. So they did better than the expectations. That's good. Look at the market cap. Even after the run up here at 173, it's only an $82 million company. So when I was buying it, it was like a $60 million company. On the left-hand side here, I want you to go to key statistics. Every earnings winner, I want you to do this. And an earnings winner is defined by a stock that spikes in reaction to earnings, not the actual earnings numbers. The reason why I hate these media companies is they brainwashed you. And the reason why their ratings are at all-time lows and my subscribership is at all-time highs is because the stuff that I teach actually works. I don't give a shit about earnings. I care about the reaction to earnings. But here is the tell. Shares short, 14 million. Shares short prior month, 16 million. So out of all of these numbers, you have to understand that there are 14 million shares that are betting against this company. When the stock spikes from $1 to $1.50, every single one of those shorts is nervous. This stock just spiked 50% in a few hours on the back of news. That means that it could go up more. What do you do to get out of a short? You have to buy to cover your short position, which means that there are 14 million shares that can now buy this stock that is at $1 down from 27. The shorts think that this company is going to go out of business. That is why you bet against the stock trading at $1 a share. when a company has earnings that are better than expected and can spike 50%, all of those shorts are scared shitless, and then you're looking for signs that it can be more of a short squeeze. If you look at the volume is only 3 or 4 million shares per day. So if all 14 million shares decide to cover on a day, or even half, you're going to have millions of shares that want to buy and the stock can spike. That is how I spotted this earnings winner. Even though I mistimed it, it kept going. AQXP, same exact thing. It's a small market cap on a Friday in a slow market. This is my secret formula. Okay? It's not that secret. It's just finding small companies that the whole world hates on and ignores, waiting until they have news and volume and ideally lots of shorts, and trying to hold on for the ride. And I almost always sell too soon. And yet I have still made over 4 million. I want to give props to students. Randy Cox says, of all the gurus and market coaches I've had, Tim Sykes is the best. His system works. He teaches well and his students can make money. Thank you, Randy. I'm honored. I'm going to even call out students like JJ Garcia. He made $100 on CRK. Third trade ever. Still a bit scared watching lessons and DVDs. It's okay to trade scared. I encourage you to trade scared. Like that other guy, Jason, who made $1,800 and he's trading scared, and yet he's quintupled his money. You don't have to worry about how fast your account can grow with these stocks. What you have to worry about is blowing up or losing money. So always trade scared. But if you catch one of these runners, whether it's an earnings winner or a biotech runner or anything, you will be surprised. Excuse me, I'm still a little sick. How fast these stocks can spike and how fast your accounts can grow. Here is Nicholas. He bought, look at this. This is incredible to me. Nicholas has this kid long AQXP at 332 and out at 370 on 19,000 shares. So he made 40 cents a share on 19,000 shares. He made nearly 10,000 bucks. And mind you, this stock, look at the chart on AQXP. I'm sure he's kicking himself, and that's why I'm making this video. Let me show you the Friday chart. So he bought it right in here at on the breakout at like 320. The breakout over the morning highs. It's not totally random. Buy on breakouts. He bought it in the 320s and he sold it here on the run up here when it was having some problems here at 370, and he made nearly 10,000 bucks. Then it goes up another $8 a share. So he coulda, woulda, shoulda made, what's 19,000 shares times, I guess another $7 a share. So he could have made 140 grand. The fact is he made nearly 10 grand, and that's damn good. Very rarely will you see a stock run up like AQXP 2 to 11. That only happens a few times a year. So if you can catch it and you run with it, that's fantastic. But understand that it doesn't happen every day. Most stocks, you're going to try and buy these runners for earnings or biotechs or whatever reason, and they'll run like CRK, where CRK, did break out past the day high of 150 right here. And, when it broke out past 150, it went to 2-ish. That's more reasonable. So I don't want you to think that every stock is going to go from 2 to 11. But if you buy a stock like this with an earnings win and it's breaking out past day highs, 150 to 2, or where I was buying it 130 to 150 is reasonable. So just have the proper expectations. Fantastic job, Nicholas. Congrats on your nearly 10,000. Here's Trader 12, locked in 1,500. He was in at 280, or maybe it's a her, I don't even know, out at 332. Got all the way up to the 560s as I'm typing this, and now it's up to 11. So it's okay to sell too soon. I'm going to say that throughout this. Here's Genders 33. I was trying to keep up on Friday with how many people profited. Literally 600 or 700 people messaged me thanking me. And my doubters are like, but he didn't even trade it. Why does he get credit? That's the beauty of having video lessons and DVDs that teach this exact pattern. I don't even have to trade it. I don't even have to give the buy alert. You guys are becoming self-sufficient, and that makes me so proud. Genders was in at 3, out at 5. Meadow Disavav made $2,000 on a $2,000 account. Day Trader for Life made $1,000. Fantastic. Benji made $655.10 in 10 minutes, thanks to the chat room. Here's Justin, in at 306, out at 454, made 50% return. I bring up these things because a lot of people out there think that making 50% in an hour or 50% in a day or even in a week or a month or even in a year is impossible. It's not if you have the right indicators and the right mindset. So congrats to you, Justin. Here is Mike. Finally, the hard work pays off. Doubled my investment in an hour. This is the beauty of penny stocks, guys. Let the whole world hate on them. You guys see the truth. Here is D. Shane. This is a fantastic message. He's a challenge student, and he got in at 297, out at 614, biggest win yet. So he doubled his money, D. Shane, and I'm very proud of you. Jerome played AQXP in at 283, out at 350, and then in at 550, out at 615. I sold everything too early. Thank you. It's okay to sell too early. You notice a little trend here. Here's Munawar saying AQXP Supernova straight out of my DVD, Penny Stocking Part 2. Everybody, you must watch Penny Stocking Part 2. I know that the market commentaries and experts, quote experts, say that these kinds of patterns, they've never seen them, it's craziness. I've cataloged them. It's not craziness. It's been going on for 15 years. This is how I become a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and I almost always, I don't think I've ever sold at the top of any of these. I always sell too soon. So do not feel bad if you sell too soon. Here's Steve Burns, made 1,800 on AQXP, and he says, I'm an excellent teacher. Thank you. Here's Nikhil. This is awesome. And he has a screenshot. In at 2, out at 10-ish, made $77,000. This is fantastic. I am so proud of Nikhil. Whether you made 700 or 7,000 or 77,000, all told, I'm adding up all the gains. I think that the students might have cracked $1 million. A lot of people are still just posting it right now. Here is Radik, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. He's showing specific brokerages. He traded a few times. He made 2,400 here, 1,200 here, 1,800 there. That's a $5,000 plus profit. That's fantastic. And then I tweeted this, memorized this, because this is Tim Grattani, and I linked to the CNN article, and he's turned 1,500 into $1 million in 3 years, and now he's up to, 2.7 million. This is how this works, okay? A lot of people ask me, how does this work? How can I turn 1,500 into $1 million? It's not off, one pick, okay? It's off plays like this, over and over and over again. Playing volatile penny stocks, trading them, not necessarily perfectly, not necessarily, great at all, but using that volatility to bank again and again and again. So I want you to look at trades like CRK when it goes, consolidating. I'm not saying predict the earnings win, but once you see the initial spike, watch it. And then watch that day high here at 150-ish. Watch it like a hawk. And when it breaks out, understand that it can be a short squeeze because of the shorts. When there's a play like AQXP and it's a biotech runner, watch it like a hawk when it breaks the day high right here around 3-ish. And whether you sell it at 320, 350, 4, 455, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, this is beautiful. I wouldn't be buying or shorting it up in here. I have no idea what it's going to do. The time to really trade it is when it's early in the breakout pattern. So CRK, AVXL, or what was it? AVXL. When I was buying it, at 75 cents, I wouldn't be buying it here in the 130s or 140s. I actually posted a commentary on Thursday in the chat room when it broke out. It did break out past the former high of 160 to 165, but it was just by a few cents. It was a really weak breakout. So don't just train yourself to buy breakouts. Understand that some breakouts are actually fake outs. And unless the breakout is very convincing, it's okay to get out. So AVXL, congrats to everybody who bought on the news that I alerted, 2 weeks ago. You've had plenty of time to take profits. Do not hold the bag on any of these stocks. Do not think that this company actually is going to cure Alzheimer's or that, AQXP is going to keep going. They could. I'm not saying that it's definitely not going to happen, but the real time to buy it and the real time to profit and take the meat of the move is to buy the breakout. CRK, we saw a clear breakout over this high at 150. I probably shouldn't have been buying in the 130s, but I wanted to alert you guys because, I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't sure how long I was going to stay awake. And I was right. It did have spike potential. AQXP had spike potential and it keeps going. This is the beauty of low price stocks. Send this video to people. I know your friends and your family are like, oh, don't trade penny stocks. Wolf of Wall Street is so evil. Some of these stocks are not evil. Some of these stocks are not scams. Just use them for their volatility and buy the breakouts if they can run. Try and hold on for the ride. Try and make 20, 30, 50, 70, 100%. Don't expect that they're all going to go from 2 to 10. This is an outlier, but understand that it is possible. And you can make, 2 semesters of college in one day. Look at people like this. I really want you to get inspired by people like this. This is why I post this. Jason Yarborough made $1,800 and he had just $2,000 to his name 2 months ago. And this is Peter, paid for 2 semesters of college in 40 minutes. This is not random. This will happen again and again. The question is, will you be prepared? I'm going to go get some sleep. You guys, you challenge students. I will see you tomorrow trading live in Madrid. It's going to be a fun day. Thank you. See you. God bless.